Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rex, aka Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, a special one on this wonderful. What's today, man? I forget what today it is.
I don't
Freaking
know.
Wednesday,
I have
man.
no
Hump day,
idea.
baby.
Wednesday
It's hump
noon, right?
day. Let's
Good
go.
Lord, it's hump day, man. And you know I got my guys in the building. Welcome to New York Revival. It's not just sports, it's entertainment. And of course, man, I got my guys, my brothers, my compadres. You already know the Drizzy. Jeff is here. Mr. Glass Half Full is here. Spee, if you nasty now. All right. And welcome, man. And welcome, man. And of course, we're here. We got a special guest here, man. We're going to talk all your betting needs today. We're going to have some fun with this, man. Let's go around the room, man. Yesterday's show was very interesting, and I'm going to start with Spee. What in the goosebumps is going on here? What in the Twilight Zone? What happened, man?
Talk to me, Spee.
I was trying to tell you guys, like there was literal World War III going outside my window, and the world ended, and I literally was podcasting in the dark for a hot second, and then I had to hang up. My man Jeff took the throne and just he took it and ran with it. I love it. He kept the show going. That's why he's a true pro. This is showbiz. He said this is showbiz and this is what we have to do. Baby. So hey, listen, we got through it. I got on back at the end too, so I was able to talk to our boys Greg Kaplan and Stat Boy Steven, man, and they were freaking awesome. They were awesome. And next time I won't have that catastrophe happen. Hopefully, never again.
Well, I was joking when like his internet went down. He was back and forth like 5 times, and then I was like, oh, like he came back in pitch dark. It looked like he was telling ghost stories. And I was like, dude, I was joking. I'm like, there's a transformer on fire behind you, and then later on he goes, there was a transformer on fire.
No joke.
Dude, that's crazy because I actually looked at the part, man, and he did come back up, and it just straight looked like flashlight was underneath him. Like it was a dark morning night. I'm like, bro, morning dark? Like, how did that happen? Like, that makes no sense. But no, it was amazing. The show came off still great, man. But man, that is like some freaky stuff. Number one, number two, that a transformer happens to explode.
Yeah, look out.
and then the lights go out. You know what I mean? Like only on New York Revival, guys, where you get this exclusive stuff. You know what I mean? But without further ado, man, I'm gonna slide this over to my guy El Jefe, Mr. Jeff, white jersey, blue jersey, El Jefe, everything underneath the sun. It is this man right here. I'm gonna just pass it off to you, man. We got a special guest.
We have a very special guest, a nice quick live show for everybody today. But our special guest is Jo from Jo Madden Sports. She has got an awesome. She streams constantly on Twitter and YouTube, sports betting. She has different guests, like a handful of guests every single day. She's crushing it. Let's bring her on. How we doing, Jo?
Hey. Doing phenomenal. So excited to join you guys this morning or this afternoon. It's noon.
Yeah, I was giving Jo a round of applause.
Yes.
See? A round of applause.
Oh, I see what you're doing there. Okay.
Oh,
a round of applause.
Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Thank you so much for being here. I joined Jo on her show yesterday, and we had so much fun. So we figured let's just roll it. And she was like, "I need to meet your guys, though." So she was like, "I already know you. Let's talk to the other guy." She was bored with me by the end of it.
I was bored with you. Don't lie. I had a lot of fun. I went on to watch your YouTube videos after that. You know I did.
Yes. Yeah, they're classics.
I appreciate the support. I'm glad you like them. We'll keep making some more. So Jo, I want to know, because you have an awesome following on Twitter. You really know your stuff when it comes to sports betting. So we're big Giants guys. That's our bread and butter. But Rangers, obviously, a really hot topic right now. So I do want to pick your brain about that stuff. But first, I would love to know how you got to where you are right now. Yes. Like what led you to creating your own brand, your own channel. It's pretty awesome. So if you don't mind, a little backstory.
Yeah, absolutely. So I come from a super competitive family. Like everything was a competition. My dad always rooted for the underdog. He was terrible to go to a sporting event with because whoever was the home team, he hated. And he went against them. It didn't matter who was in town. He made the whole crowd hate him. He was just one of those people. It comes with the Madden name, right? Just like so competitive. So I grew up that way, and I grew up going to the track with my dad also, the cars, and it was phenomenal. So I grew up in a sports family, right? But a sports family where we didn't bet money, but everything within our family was a bet. Like who could finish dinner first? Who could do this? Everything. So as I started, I moved from Australia at 15 over to Canada, and I have to say the girls were super mean. They didn't like me.
Oh,
Hung
they
out
always?
with all the boys, right? Hung out with the boys, and they were huge sports fans. I started watching college basketball with them, watching everything. And then I remember hearing them saying, like, well, I'll bet you this, so they win by this.
Right.
So it really started in high school with my guy friends. I'm like, okay, I used to just bet with my family, but now I can bet like with you guys, bet money with you guys, and it just steamrolled from there.
That's awesome. Would you say like you feel like you have the best grip on what sport, what kind of betting is your favorite?
Yeah.
You lost her.
the
Yeah,
spirit
definitely have
jinx
the edge
kicks
in hockey. Hockey is just something that I completely love. And so hockey's been phenomenal for me. And then I have to say, it is the NFL. Sorry, guys. I think we're getting a bit of a lag here. I apologize.
It's okay.
No
worries.
worries.
You're back now,
It
I
happens.
think.
It's show business.
Yeah, I was just saying, I absolutely love the NHL, love betting the NHL, been seeing it so good this year. But my heart is with football. It really is over hockey. You know, I love hockey, but I love my Chargers. I absolutely do. And I know you guys are Giants guys. I think the Giants with Daniel Jones do have a little bit of a good year coming up.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Let's go.
Wow. Eli likes it. Eli likes it. I mean, you can get crucified if you say the Giants are going to win 10 games, which is like,
Yeah.
which is so astronomical to Giants fans. To the idea of winning double-digit games is a foreign concept. I do want to talk some Rangers because that's a hot topic right now. The Rangers advanced to Eastern Conference Finals. Game 1 is tonight. Huge game. They're at the Garden, yet the Rangers are underdogs. I think Rangers are going off at minus 175 tonight. I'm sorry, Rangers are plus 150.
Whoa, I was gonna say, whoa.
No,
Yeah,
Lightning.
I'll take
Lightning minus 175.
I was ready to go make that bet right now. I gotta be
I know.
honest.
It's a glitch. Place that bet real quick while you can. But how do you see this game playing out? Tampa's on 10 days rest. Rangers are coming off a draining series. How do you see this going in game 1?
You can look at it one way. You can look at they're coming off a draining series where no one expected them to win, and this is a letdown spot. Or you can look at it the fact they're rolling in with momentum. They're on a high, and that's the way I'm rolling with it. In the regular season, they dominated over the Lightning, winning the last 3 games in the regular season. I think the Lightning have had too much time off. I think they come out rusty. We know they're strong off 3 days or more rest, but they've had so much rest here. I think the Rangers are going to be the hotter team, and the Lightning have only won one of the last 5 meetings. I think New York at home has it, and with that plus money, you got to take it. The underdogs also form 1 in the last 5 meetings.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Wow.
I love it. Wait, can I just ask a question here real quick, Joe? First of all, how in God's name was the over-under last night's game only 7 goals? Because, I mean, that was the easiest money I've ever made in my life.
You had it like 2 minutes into the second.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's fun watching those 2 teams go at it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've had some bookmakers on my shows, and they were terrified for that game, saying they had to set it at 7. They think they should set it higher. And it's just like, I don't know if we'll see 7.5 for the next one or not. I'm expecting Mike Smith to play better in the next game because we all know he's up and down and all over the place. You can't trust him.
Right.
But man, it's,
and
I think
Colorado's goalie too, right? He got hurt too.
Absolutely. So Kemper's out. I haven't heard the status of Kemper's coming back for the next game. It's just not pretty.
Juicy.
I think we'll see a 7.5.
Bet the over, people. Bet the over. Come on, join me in the fun. Everybody loves overs, right?
Everyone loves overs. And look at those team totals as well, especially when we have a 6.5 or 7. The underdogs team totals normally at 2.5 in a lot of these games.
Boom, boom. That's easy money again.
This looks to be, an epic goalie duel. That's one of the big storylines here. Do you see either goalie having the advantage in this one?
I think Igor has the advantage coming in, especially tonight, because he hasn't had all this rest. I think Vasilevsky's had too much rest in this one. Igor has been absolutely phenomenal. I think he's the better goalie of the 2. It's hard to say that against Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky has been phenomenal, but I can see Shesterkin taking this series. He's absolutely phenomenal, and I can't go against him. So, but we're going to have lower scoring games, that's for sure.
So we got together last week or the week before for Ranger game. We met at a bar in Staten Island, and Eli is like immersed in hockey now. We're like really bringing him on board. Eli, how are you feeling about game one?
I feel great, man. This right now, well, it's a little nervous because I know the Lightning is kind of like the superior team, and this is kind of what you want as far as competitive, right? As far as you want to be competitive, you want to have that difficult team. So I'm excited for the Rangers, man. I really think, man, they're gonna go in hot. I agree with Joe. They're gonna go in hot, man. They got. It feels like that kind of like that Giant season where they just caught fire in 2007, and you just like, yo, here it goes. I think the Rangers have a little bit of that. And I really think they're going to take this thing all the way to the cup, man. But you know what? We're going to take it one game at a time. And we're going to go for it. But I'm excited. This is excited. I haven't been in a while since, seeing New York sports besides the Knicks 2 years ago. May they remain nameless at this time. So I don't want to cry right now in front of Joe. So at this point,
you can cry. It's okay. I'll pass you.
Listen, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man, because I get a little emotional when I talk about the Knicks. They break my heart all the time. But as far as the Rangers, I'm excited to see this. And again, this is my first time into hockey, so it's awesome, man. Especially with my two guys, man. We was getting drunk. It was awesome.
It was a good time.
Love it.
A good time. Joe asked me yesterday if could I see the Rangers going all the way to Stanley Cup, and I was like, of course. I dream about it on a daily basis. What do you mean?
Why not
I
us,
love
right?
it. The odds makers feel differently. Plus
Rangers in 7.
Plus 600 to win it all. They're plus 150 to win this series. I mean, game one. How much bigger could it possibly get for the Rangers to get off to a good start? It'd be the first time they've had a lead in a series prior to a game 7. Spiro, how do you like their chances tonight? Can they? I mean, it's almost weird to say can they steal a game 1 at home, but this is where we are.
Listen, they've played good in every game 1 of the series. They've blown the first 2. They had the lead in each game and they've blown the first 2. I'm expecting them. Listen, they're one of the youngest teams in the league. They have young legs. They don't know any better right now. They're just going balls to the wall. Let's go. They have the home crowd in front of them. I'm expecting a great fight. I'm taking that plus money, like Joe said. Like, let's take that plus money. I think the Rangers win, make a statement, and they'll be here to stay. I also have a little bit of juice on Rangers in 7. Rangers in 7 plus 550. Let's go.
Nice. You heard it here first. Rangers in 7 baby. You heard it here first. Let's go.
Rangers in 7 is plus 550 right now.
Plus 550. They've gone game 7 the first 2 times.
My money. Just take my money. Jesus. Take the under and the Rangers money line and run right to the bank. Okay, so the Rangers, what else can we say? It's game 1 tonight. It's going to be huge. It's going to be exciting. The Garden's going to be electric with all those super rich people that get to go to that game.
Yeah, because it's $100 a ticket. Insane.
Those fans will be like this. I hope there's some real fans in there too. But as you know, we're huge Giants.
Hey guys,
fans.
we could split the 500 and sit on each other's lap for one seat.
If they allow that,
I don't know. We can just sit right on each other's lap, stack it high, man. That's it. It's not crazy.
We're close enough to do that. We're good.
We're close enough, man. We can get away with it.
Weird.
Nothing weird. We can sit on Spiro's shoulders. Really, he's a freaking huge. This guy.
Let's
go.
He
is. He's definitely the base. He's definitely in the seat. That's for sure. But we're
sorry. We're going for the tangent.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry, Joe. We're ridiculous. This is what happens.
One thing to look at, if you do like the Rangers to come out strong in that first period, take them on the reverse puck line at minus 0.5 on that reverse puck line. They hit it in that last game, and it pays around plus 200.
Let's go.
Joe, can you explain to me what the puck line is? Because I know the money line, but what is the puck line?
So the puck line is like in baseball when you've got the run line. So it's how much a team, like the spread in football. So in hockey, normally for the full game, it's 1.5. So they have to win by 2, right? So if you take it for that period, the Rangers, you can get plus 0.5 because they're the underdog and you're paying like so much juice. But if you take them reverse puck line at minus 0.5, you get plus money. So it's plus 200-ish right now.
Let's make that
They just had to win 1 goal in the first period, and we've seen them dominate in that first period.
You get that power play in the first period, it changes everything.
So, Joe, I am a rookie to betting, all right? So I want to bet for the first time. What would be the safest bet for me as a beginner? Because I'm still new to this. I don't know what to do. What do I need to bet first? What's the safest? What's the first thing I need to do?
I don't know. Safe money doesn't make money. That's for sure.
Yes, let's go.
I like that.
Right? But
That's
if you're looking at this, you know, we could expect an under, especially in this full game. I think we're going to see both teams come out and really play a more defensive style game. And with these goalies, I think we hit the under 5.5. So I think that's the safest bet for this game. More risky taking the under 1.5 for that first period, because I do think the Rangers will score in that first period. So then you're just praying they don't score twice on Vasilevsky, which probably won't happen.
Right.
But I do see them scoring once.
That's a good problem if they
Yeah,
score
that's a
twice.
good problem,
I would lose money to
mind.
see that.
I would lose money to see them, man. I really would.
All right, Joe, we've got you for a few more minutes. I want to shift gears here because we're huge New York Giants fans. They just overhauled everything top to bottom, except the quarterback, right? The quarterback is on his last year of his rookie deal, did not pick up his option. Vegas does not like the Giants. Fair enough.
No.
Fair enough.
We don't
They've
either.
got the
We don't
over-under at 7 wins this year. I think that's actually about right. I think that's like safe. If last year's team won 4 games without Daniel Jones for 6 games, with that coaching staff, with those injuries, how can this team not win at least 7? Where do you fall on that over-under of 7 wins next year?
Yeah, I've got to go with the over, because when I start looking at the schedule, I like to make you guys do that. When I look at it, they have a bunch of games that are so winnable. Like we see them against the Panthers, the Jags, the Seahawks, the Texans, the Lions. Those are all wins when I look at the schedule. And then you got to think they're going to take one against Washington. They're going to take one against the Eagles right there. That's 8 games. So, and then look for an upset. Right? I can completely see it here. I think Daniel Jones is playing so much better as he progresses in his career. We saw him fumble less interceptions last season. I think with coaching changes, GM changes, we're going to see a better Giants team this year.
Joe, you became my best friend.
This is on record. This is on record.
I'll be cutting that clip.
Yes, please do. Please do. Joe, you're definitely my best friend here. I appreciate that, because I would love for this to happen. And I got a feeling.
I've always had so much faith in Daniel Jones. I think he is underrated. I think with adjustments to the line, getting him more protection, I think he will keep progressing. I think we'll see less fumbles, less interceptions, and we'll see more wins. So I like it, you guys.
Oh, yes.
Let's go. Round of applause.
Music to my ears.
She made a great case. I'm excited. I hope she's right. I did bet. Somebody called me out because I'm optimistic. I said I had a dream that the Giants won 10 games, and everyone was like, "Yeah," and then you woke up. But like, I think it could happen. Soft schedule. These coaches are modern coaches. They're offensive-minded coaches. I think they're going to unleash Daniel Jones, and why wouldn't they? Because Daniel Jones is not their problem. If he sucks, they can move on and get another quarterback the next year. They have full control to do that. So I could see this going the Giants' way this year a little bit. They're the worst odds to win the division. So Vegas doesn't like. They're plus 1,000 to win the division.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow.
So
come on, the Eagles aren't that good. Let's calm
well,
down.
with Jalen Hurts, right? I really do think Daniel Jones is stronger than Jalen Hurts. I know we've seen such great games out of Jalen Hurts, but he's not completely reliable.
Agreed.
I agree.
And listen, last year they won 4 games with Joe Judge. Joe Judge is no longer an NFL coach for a reason. Jason Garrett's no longer an offensive coordinator for a reason. We've now got 2 very good coaches in those positions and a pretty decent roster too. They're getting better. So it's not too crazy.
You know what though? I thought the roster was good with Joe Judge. Just the coaching was just terrible. But that's another show. That's another topic.
I think the coaching was worse than the roster, and then the injuries just kind of made it impossible with all those things combined.
We love this. We love over 7. We love the over, baby.
All right, so
I agree.
I have to ask you guys a question though. What do you think of the backup quarterback, Tyrod Taylor?
I love him.
Who wants it first? Who wants it worst? Go, Jeff.
Well, I'll just say Daniel Jones missed the last 6 games last year. The Giants couldn't beat like the second, like a Division II college football team last year with what they were throwing out there with quarterbacks and everything. I think Tyrod Taylor was a perfect choice. I was big on prioritizing the backup quarterback this year. Everyone's like, why do it in whatever a rebuild wasted year? It's because you're trying to win football games. Like, what do you mean?
At the end of the day.
So Tyrod Taylor is a pro's pro. He has learned a dozen systems in his career. He's just shows up and he performs. He's not going to set the world on fire. But if Daniel Jones goes down, which he has every single year, you have a guy that can carry an offense. And there are people who believe he's better than Daniel Jones. So you might actually see an uplift in the offense. So, I mean, this guy's seen every blitz, every defense you can throw at him. He's seen it already at this point. So I love the pickup. It'll allow the Giants to be competitive if Daniel Jones goes down again. Right.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
Well, yeah. I mean, first of all, Joe knows more about Tyrod Taylor than we do, being a Chargers fan. But having a competent backup is so underrated in today's NFL, especially with a mobile quarterback like Jones, who has gone down every single season of his career yet so far. We hate to say it, but it's facts. But so having a competent backup that has been a starter in this league for quite some time, I just love it. It made all the sense in the world, and they should do that going forward. Every team should do this. No more Mike Lennons, no more Jake Fromm's, no more scrambling two plays in a row from your own 5-yard line.
Those two guys are unemployed, by the way, aren't they?
Yes.
They're selling insurance on the highway now.
They should be. They should be.
Eli, you like the Tyrod Taylor pickup, right? E?
I love the Tyrod Taylor pickup. To be honest with you, man, at the beginning I was like, I think he could fight for a starting job.
Right,
I didn't really think Daniel Jones could be that starting quarterback if Tyrod Taylor was there to compete. I thought he was there to compete. I still think he's there to compete. I know they're saying Daniel Jones is the guy he's going to start, but we'll see what training camp brings and if Tyrod Taylor can do that. But you're talking about a solid veteran. Absolutely. You're talking about a solid veteran. He's smart. He's been around the NFL for many years, while Daniel Jones seems like he's still kind of learning. Yes, I have faith in Daniel Jones. Don't get it twisted, people. But however, I'm still happy with that Tyrod Taylor because we don't never know when Daniel Jones is going to go down. He's been injured every single year since he's been in the NFL, right? So if I was to make that a bet, Joe, I would bet that he would be injured. Right? So I'm going with Tyrod Taylor. I'm excited about it. Let's see what he can do if Daniel Jones does go down. But I'm all in on Jones, man. Let's see what he can do. But I love that signing. We need that. No more Glennons. No more the guy with the extra neck. No more Glennons. No more from State Farm. We're good.
Even if during camp, if Jones and Tyrod Taylor are basically the same level in the coach's eyes, they're going to roll with Jones. Number one, John Mara is absolutely in love with this kid. He would probably extend him now if he had the ability to. But it makes no sense because Tyrod Taylor, you know what he is. He's a good, very, very good backup, among the best backups in football. And Daniel Jones, you're still trying to find out who he is and what he is. So it makes sense to go with Jones on the chance that they unleash him and he becomes a top 10 guy, which is what you need in this league to win. So Jo Madden, she said all the right things, didn't she? She says, take the Rangers money. Take the Giants on the over 7.
Music to our ears here.
I did bet the over on the Giants. I threw some money on over 7 wins because I think they get there based on the schedule. Joe, anything you want to promote about your channel, about what you're up to? Do you go live 10 times a day? How do you do that?
I am actually live 10 times today.
Wow.
Maybe 11. Maybe 11. So it is
You're a pro.
Busy one for sure, but you can check me out on the Jo Madden Sports a Twitter handle and on all social medias under there. I've also got a YouTube station as well. I have the Jo Madden Sports podcast as well as Pocket with Joe, my cup with Joe. Got lots of stuff going on.
Yes.
You sure do. You're very busy. In fact, I know you have another show like in a few minutes. So I want to tell all our listeners, go follow Jo Madden Sports on Twitter. That's how I found her. And I've made some money. So you should follow her and make some money too. Joe, thank you.
Joe, I just want to say before you get out of here, I'm going to listen to your bets. I'm going to make some bets for the first time. But if I lose, I'm like, Joe, you got to pay up, man. I don't know what to tell you. I'm so kidding. Thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate your time.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.